What's going on? What's going on? My name is Deshaun Lyons, and this is
Marquise Taylor.
And this is On the Dotted Line. Today's episode, it's a special episode for Marquise. You see, Marquise got the whole outfit on and everything. We're going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about the best video system ever. What's the best video system ever? We had Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and we went all the way up to PlayStation 2, 3, 4, all of it, and Dreamcast, GameCube. All these... the Xbox came out of nowhere and it been taken over, but Keith may not feel so much about it.
Man, I got a Xbox One.
Alright,
yes.
So we got a list of games over here. So we gonna get right into it. My opinion, growing up, since I was born, some people say I'm not an 80s baby. I'm really not. I was born in 89, but I grew up playing Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, like in that era. My opinion, Nintendo 64 is the best system ever to me. I feel like it's the best system ever because it was the first game to have not only 2 multiplayers, 4 multiplayers. It was the first system ever. Is that right? Or I'm wrong, Keith?
I don't know about that, but okay.
Well, that's the system because when you play Mario Kart, Mario Party, you remember them Super Smash Brothers. PlayStation don't have that. PlayStation don't have Super Smash Brothers.
You right, they got
that you bring the homies. Knockout can't what? Knockout
No, I said they have knockoffs of like Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but it's not the same because Super Smash Brothers. I remember coming home from school. The homies came. We played Super Smash Brothers. We was getting it in. Luigi had that bat, or was that? No, it was Luigi. Luigi had that bat. Boop. That was dope. And they also had Super Smash Brothers for GameCube too. That was dope.
I just wasn't a Smash Brothers fan. Listen,
Smash Brothers was awesome. Then you had Mario Kart. Everybody loved Mario Kart. The females love it. The dudes love it. Everybody loved Mario Kart.
I'm calling
you just couldn't play.
Yo,
you was wild.
No, I could play. It just wasn't. All right. I wasn't that good at Mario Kart, but. I don't know.
We used to have Mario Kart tournaments. Or whatever. I used it. My favorite character was Peach, man. For some reason, man.
Peach.
Don't judge me. Peach was a problem. Peach was fast because everybody wanted to pick Yoshi all the time. They wanted to pick Yoshi, and then they wanted to pick Toad. They always picked up.
I like Toad. I don't know why, but I was a Toad guy. I like Toad.
See, but Keys, he liked all the other games. He liked the shooting games.
But the game that took it over was GoldenEye.
Wait a minute, GoldenEye. Yes, GoldenEye. I remember GoldenEye because as far as everybody, also the homies came and played that GoldenEye and the characters. I used to use the small guy, Objob, and I used to be chopping people in the kneecaps, like, yeah, I used to be chopping them or use the golden gun and shoot them in the kneecaps. And people used to say, you always cheesing, yo. Always, man. You ain't like GoldenEye?
It was all right. It was before Call of Duty, man. This is where they got Call of Duty from, my opinion. Those game mechanics, the first person thing, they got all. That's where Call of Duty got it from. So you got to pay homage to GoldenEye for that. And
if you're paying homage to any system, you got to pay homage to Atari. Because that really started.
Well, Atari started. See, that's way past.
No, I'm serious. It had Smurfs. They had a whole bunch of other games.
And then it had Duck Hunt.
Yeah, they had original games. Donkey Kong. It had so many games that started the trend and made the consoles what it was.
I feel like back in the day, the fighting game really started it all. When you had Super Nintendo, you had Killer Instinct for Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Fire, Super Nintendo. Then you have Mortal Kombat. But Mortal Kombat, they had it for Super Nintendo, but Sega, that's when everybody was really playing Mortal Kombat. For Sega. Yup, for Sega. But Sega had Mortal Kombat 3. But Super Nintendo did it. Super Nintendo had Mortal Kombat 2. Yep, they had Mortal Kombat 2. When they had Sonya and Kano, they was tied up to the thing. Yeah, they was tied up to the thing, and that was one of the boards. I remember that one. We used to put codes to get certain characters. Man, that was good old days, Keys.
Yeah, when you actually put codes in to play a game. like this one. Everybody remember this shit.
Oh man, we used to have the
Remember
the paper and the sheet and put was it R1, R2, R3, R4, and then you get.
Yo, I it's muscle memory. I can't say the combination, but you put the controller in my hand, I will heal your character. You'll have a new set of guns and everything. I know that shit like the back of my hand.
That joint, like I said, and that what's it, San Andreas, the best Grand Theft Auto ever. San Andreas, clearly the best. That's when you had, this is the best one ever. It had so much going on. What was the best Grand Theft Auto?
The current one now.
It came out in 2013.
But
they still dropping stuff for it.
Because I guess the online people get to go online and stuff like that. Yeah. But that's where it stops for me. See, me and Keith's gonna have this debate because I feel like the online joint, it kind of ruined everything.
I can see why, but nah.
I don't think the online ruined everything. I think them not making games for independent consoles, because what's the difference really between an updated PlayStation 4 versus an Xbox? It's just, I guess, their communities. That's it. But it's not too many independent
that have their own game.
And that's what was great about Sega Genesis and Nintendo era.
Right, because they had their own game.
Sonic versus Mario.
Woo! Sonic! Let's talk about Sonic.
Listen, everybody loves Sonic.
Sonic was lit. That was another game that when you played with multiplayers, 2-on-2, you had Tails, you had Sonic, and then oh my god. Man, now, I don't play too many video games anymore. It's not about me being old and whatever. It's older. It's just, everything's too complex now. I don't want it to be real anymore. I don't want it to be like so real. I want it to still be a game.
Oh, so you want? Nah, never mind.
No,
you ain't gonna like the last.
I don't like that.
That's a movie. That's not even a game.
So Keith, what type of video games you like?
I'm all over the place. I like stuff with a good story.
Watch a movie.
I want to be interactive. Doggone it. I like fighting games. I don't think anybody wants to do that.
He's a cheater.
I don't think nobody want to do that to themselves, me and that. But I like Metal Gear. Just Metal Gear.
Metal Gear had a lot of good. It's just me. I love sports games. Where's the game right now? I love sports games. I love back then for Sega Genesis, NBA Jam. They had that joint. It
was great,
phenomenal.
Arcade drama.
And then, that joint used to been lit. And then they had Kobe Bryant courtside. That was dope. And then it transitioned to live.
Blitz football.
NFL Blitz. Wow. That was my game. NFL Blitz. That was my game. When they had I remember the X Factor play. The X Factor play used y'all used to been cooking everybody. And on the block, I used to cook everybody on the block. That was a dope game. But the best football game in history is Madden 2005. This is the best NFL football game ever. Ever. Because they had everything included. They had the franchise mode. You could be your own owner. You could create your own team. The franchise mode was popping. Your own concession stand. You're the owner. And then the gameplay, the hit stick, that changed everything. The hit stick changed everything. The first game ever, because you had like Madden 64. Madden 64, they used to have the big time hits. That used to have been dope and whatever. And sometimes when you try to hurdle and they grab you up, that was dope. Madden 99 had the juking, and they also had Game Day. Game Day had its moments too. Game Day. Oh.
It's a ghost in the house.
Shit is crazy. But it's Keith, man. Take that mask off. You're scaring us. But Madden had the hit stick, and that revolutionized the whole football franchise. ESPN, but EA Sports, but now EA Sports is dying right now. It's dying.
They need to bring back boxing, because boxing was a great
Knockout Kings.
No, what was the genre of the
Fight Night?
Fight Night.
Yeah, the last one.
I don't know why they gave that up. It was just graphics are better. I know they can do a lot more mechanics. I don't know if it's licenses with these prima donna boxers, but
oh man, probably is. Because it got to be, because Fight Night, it had the the haymakers.
Ooh.
That's like the hit stick. The haymakers when you that flash hit and you just get done.
Flash knockout.
My boy, my homie I used to listen. I used to play Fight Night with. I couldn't stand him because he don't box regular. He just used haymakers all day. He, like the Clubber Lane from Big Hit for Rocky. It's just the club. It just gets annoying. I'm like, damn, let's do the boxing. That's why Knockout Kings was dope because you have to know the combinations. You have to know like all that joint, the body. Fight Night was more so they just waiting for the haymakers, and it was just annoying, yo.
I put tears in somebody's eyes one day.
See?
He threw the controller and that. I was beating him. Great song. Yeah. It was bad, but yeah.
Great betting game. Put on money for that.
Oh yeah. We made a lot of we had a lot of bets with a lot of these games, but it was definitely the sports games.
On the dotted line. News teller and Deshaun Lyons is ready to give you the business. And you already know, let's talk about.
Alright, we're back. We're back, guys, and now I'm going to go over just some games with, in my opinion, some really good storylines. I'm pretty sure folks is going to agree with the vast majority of what I'm about to say.
Let's see what it is.
Final Fantasy VII.
Everybody
Fantasy motherfucking
Yup. Everybody that had a PlayStation in the crib had Final Fantasy. Everybody had Final Fantasy. I didn't have Final Fantasy because I couldn't afford a PlayStation at the time. But I had, the 1064 though. So explain the whole franchise of Final Fantasy because you said they got it for what, Xbox One now?
Yeah, it's been a long road with Final Fantasy. They went from like Game Boys to they've been all over the place.
I forgot about
PlayStation,
Game Boy.
Yeah, handheld systems.
Right.
They
had it for Game Boy though.
Yeah, like the Final Fantasy 1s and 2s, like the older ones.
Right.
Like the first ones, all that stuff. It was
I
Game
knew
Boy.
they had it for Game Boy.
Yeah, and they had it for PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Now we have PlayStation 4, and even for the Xbox, they got a few out for the Xbox.
So I think the double disc. I think Final Fantasy started it up with the double disc, right?
Final Fantasy 7.
Triple disc. That had
Triple.
That's 3 discs.
Oh yeah, they had right. They started up with that. So Final Fantasy, you had other not simulation. You had other storyline games like Lara Croft, and then what's that?
Parasite Eve.
See, I don't know that. You gotta explain that, Jeeves. I don't know that.
This is classic. It's about a detective. This woman, she's a detective in New York, and some strange things start happening. It's the awakening of the human mitochondria. For people who don't know what the mitochondria is, it's an organelle inside of a cell.
Wow.
It's like it's a miniature organ inside of the cells.
I never played none of those games. I don't have the patience.
When I was little, I had a lot. Man, listen.
Well, you have a lot of time in your hand.
Need patience playing those games.
Yeah, because you're not going to sit there. You will be frustrated for like 30 minutes sitting there trying to do the same thing. You're like, you know what, I'm good now.
See?
How many hours you think you had between Final Fantasy 7 and
Parasite Eve?
Parasite Eve?
Good question.
I can't even call it. I could tell you what I had for Final Fantasy 12 for PlayStation 2. I remember that. I had over 130 something hours invested.
That's horrible.
And somebody erased my memory card.
Oh, I used to have been.
I literally almost fought him.
That's always the joint that you had that memory card and you have everything saved on it, and somebody just take it out while it's loading. I used to get pissed off from
Put your hands up.
If you didn't have 100 hours in Final Fantasy 7 or any major RPG,
you wasn't doing it right.
Yeah, you wasn't doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, you was just.
I don't have the patience
flying
for that.
through the story.
I don't even have the patience for that. Another storyline game I feel like that I played was, but it's for Xbox One, Resident Evil.
Oh, Resident Evil. Oh well,
Well, this
we
is
got
for
Resident
Xbox
Evil
One,
2. This is the
But
remake.
my favorite Resident Evil was Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube.
Oh yeah.
That came out when I was a sophomore in high school. That joint was so fire, yo. That like my boy, like it was Halloween. He wanted to wait to play it on Halloween. He set the whole thing up, and what that was back then that he set the whole thing up, and then we played it. It was dope. They had little dogs chasing you, and then you had to go get the T-virus. Then it was a puzzle thing you had to do before you get to the open doors. That was lit. They had a chainsaw man. He like,
Yo. Oh, them chainsaw dudes now.
And they
the
was
newer
big,
ones
though.
is worse. Yeah, it's worse now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
But
you
these
did.
dudes was fast, and then you on the board, and then you running, and they keep chasing you. They're like, yo! Those games was lit.
Shoot them in the head. Always shoot them in the head.
See? Those games, how many Resident Evils you beat? Out of all, game systems.
Oh, they're gonna be mad at me. I'll be honest, because again, I didn't have a lot of this stuff when I was younger. I didn't start getting it until like high school.
Right.
And even in high school, I didn't really have the time. So I beat this new one, right? The remake of Resident Evil 2. I beat 7. I beat 5. I beat 6.
Damn.
I beat Revelations 1, Revelations 2.
Yeah, I don't think people are gonna be mad at you, bro.
Nah, but I'm saying like as far as like Resident Evil 1, 2,
Yeah,
and 3,
yeah.
like it's certain
I know
things
a lot
you're
of
supposed
people
to
that
do.
went through that.
Yeah, like, but hey, I beat a lot of them. Now that I never counted. I never counted.
You're a fan, though.
I don't think I ever beat a game with a storyline as far as those games. I never had the patience. I always was playing sports games. I'll play that.
My thing is like, if I'm gonna pay $60 to $70, depending on the bundle what you get,
Right.
I'm gonna get something that's gonna get me $60, $70. I don't want no 2-hour game that I beat in 2 hours. I want a game that's gonna stretch out for.
It's just like me and my brother. Like my brother, he was not a gamer, but he was so good at Madden though. He was so good at Madden, like I was. But the games that cause we usually buy games so we could have people come to the crib, like wrestling. Yo,
Oh man,
wrestling, all the wrestling games. I remember WWF. It wasn't E. It was World Wrestling Federation, and it was WWF Warzone. That started it all. You used to have a creative character, Austin with the stunner. You had that. Then you had I think you had WWF Attitude. That was lit.
attitude.
And this is all on the PlayStation, and that's why PlayStation because they had back then they had a was it WrestleMania for Sega? Was it for Sega? Like before like WWF. Did they have it for Sega? I forgot the name of it because they Shawn Michaels was on the front cover. I forgot the name of it, but it was for Sega though. But I'll stick to the PlayStation. But PlayStation really made it poppin', and then 64 was like,
Yep.
give me that. 64 took over. It started with WCW NWO Revenge. It started with that because you could do so much. The battle royals, they had like everybody in the ring. It was dope, and but No Mercy. They said, give me here. No Mercy just exceeded everything because wrestling was so popping. That was like the most pop. Like you had The Rock, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin, you had Shawn Michaels. These is like they were like the big Well, I don't watch wrestling now, so probably somebody but like.
I don't think it still was as big as it is now. I think
these guys
it continues, but
It's
that
not
era was epic.
amazing. And like these guys was bigger than the rock stars and the rappers and like a lot of rappers would come. LeBron James came to see. I think it was WrestleMania. This is before he got.
He was
signed.
18 years old.
Yep.
I remember. He was 18 years old.
And about wrestling, and we was talking basically about No Mercy. WCW, NW, because everybody used to come to the crib, they used to talk junk and whatever, like, I'm about to get the belt. I'm about to get the belt, and it used to be annoying. And also, PlayStation 2, when it stepped further, so, okay, I can have Revenge, y'all can have No Mercy, we're going to have SmackDown. SmackDown, and then that's when they started like, okay, Nintendo said we on our way right now. We can't compete with that. And then they had GameCube because that's what Nintendo went to the next step. They went to GameCube, but GameCube
was more of the, and it shut a lot of shit down because I don't want to admit Pokemon took over.
Oh, Pokemon was
huge,
huge, right? Pokemon took over the GameCube joint. That's what people was saying because at first Pokemon, when you had Game Boy,
yeah, you had the game consoles. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Game
that was
pads or whatever.
that's how I said. Damn, it was so much. See, the thing is about now, right? It's only PlayStation 4, and Xbox right now. It's not, and you, huh?
And
Xbox
the Wii
One.
and the Wii U.
Yeah, but it's,
By the Switch, my
The
bad.
Switch, the Switch.
but back then it was a lot more competitors within their, you know, in their bracket. Everybody was great at what they do. Game Boy, people still mess with Game Boys or whatever, and say especially with the Pokemon era. But people's going home playing PlayStation. People's going home playing Nintendo 64 because certain games wasn't for they like Nintendo 64 and PlayStation didn't have the same games. So you'll play, okay, if I want to play Mario Kart, I'll play Nintendo 64. But I want to play Final Fantasy, I'll play for PlayStation. See, it's and Game Boy, Pokemon. But they had Pokemon for they had it for the Nintendo. No, they didn't. They had it for GameCube. That's when they had Pokemon for GameCube. Yeah.
I think they did have it for
The
64.
64? I don't think they did. They had
64?
Mario. They had Mario 64, Mario Party, Mario Kart. They didn't have it for that.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think they did.
They had it for GameCube because that's how GameCube came out. GameCube came out with the, you know, they used that Pokemon cloud. They had the game, the Pokemon, and everything.
Pokemon Stadium.
Right.
Good lord.
Oh yeah. There you go. Pokemon Stadium. That was the game.
I didn't realize how impactful Pokemon was when I was like a senior in high school. When I seen literally almost grown ass men walking to school with cards and training them.
It was seniors having Pokemon cards. That's crazy. Because I think I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade. And then we used to have all the cards. We used to have you know, but I had the fake ones. I used to hustle it to the like, yo, I got one more. I got this this Charizard.
We used to fight for those.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we used to fight for Pokemon cards in school. It was ridiculous.
See, yeah, it was Pokemon for Nintendo, but it's just like the games now. See, Keith is a big time gamer, so he could explain like the new games. What's the most popping game? Oh, what are you talking about? Metal Gear Solid for the PSP.
Well, Metal Gear stretches over everything. It went from, good lord, it was on what I don't want to say Game Gear, but it was a Game Boy game. It went from Game Gear. I took it back. It went from Game Boy to PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PSP, I believe PlayStation 4, and Xbox.
Never got into this game.
That is a very long story. It is good, but it is very long.
What you think is the best Metal Gear out of all of them? I think
5 is good, but I'm going with Peace Walker. Peace Walker had to be the best.
I'm not a
and that's
big
this
fan
one.
of that.
Peace Walker for the PSP. That had to be the best one. To me.
The best one?
I haven't played that one. I think it was 3. I'm pretty sure it's 3.
You get your own army.
God damn!
You get your own army,
He said
you get tanks, and
You don't need that.
you
'cause
develop your own weapons.
He's Metal Gear. He didn't need that. He was
Yeah.
his own one-man army.
Alright, so we're
That's
going to
true.
talk about the best video game in genres. We're going to break that down right now.
My man.
We're going to start with the fighting game. Fighting. What's the best fighting game ever? In every system, what is the best fighting game ever? I don't care if it's old school. I don't care if it's new school. What is the best fighting game ever? My opinion is not this. It's Mortal Kombat. I feel like Mortal Kombat is the best one. Mortal Kombat spearhead a lot of these fighting games to be where it is now. You had Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct was dope. Don't get me wrong. Killer Instinct had combos. They had more of the combos. They had the Orchard combo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you
Combo
do like
breaker.
multiple hits and then boom, and they had the fatalities. But Mortal Kombat was so popping. It had characters that we know. They had the movies that were successful. I would say Mortal Kombat.
Hold up now. The movies. What was it? Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Annihilation.
Don't
right.
ever do no shit like that again.
Why?
But
Why
that
not?
shit was trash.
Pretty
You
trash.
crazy.
The first one was good.
First one was
The
epic.
first one was dope.
But that
It was-
second one,
Annihilation was. I love
No,
Annihilation.
my
I went
God,
to the
that shit
movies.
was
I
horrible.
love Annihilation. What are y'all talking about?
they annihilated the series with that bullshit.
Wait a minute. Then, I think I fucked up. It's
Yeah.
not. I can't say Mortal Kombat's the best fighting game. I can't say it.
I don't believe
Wow,
it.
what you
I
what you
can't say
think?
it. It is
What you
not on the
think?
table. It's not that. It's
Oh.
not that. Because
I'm just taking
my
facts.
opinion, this is the best cartoon ever. I would say Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. My opinion is the best fighting game.
Which one? 3?
Huh?
Where you blow up the planet?
Was it 3? I think
Yeah,
it was
it was-
2.
nah,
Because 3.
There's 2 and 3, but 3 was the better. Was much better.
Man, we used to have wars. We used to have wars in the hood with that joint. Because that's when they had like a Goku level 4, you know, and then they had the fusion and all of that joint. And that cartoon was popping at that time. That was something serious. I would say that because the reason why they had more stuff, you know, you could use like you don't have to finish a move. You don't have to wait till the person is done. No. You could do it in the fight during the fight.
Yo.
Yep.
I still
Yes, sir.
think you have to pay homage to Street Fighter.
Oh, look at my Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh my god.
Fighter is-
These are
it's a
great
classic.
arcade. Like I spent hours on arcades for it, and of course King of Fighters. That was a great genre.
King of Fighters, what's that? See?
Damn.
What?
Oh man. Yeah, King of Fighters was cool. It was Tekken before Tekken, maybe. It was
Tekken before-
This is
Tekken.
definitely
King of
Tekken.
Fighters. I'm gonna have to look that up. But I would say Dragon Ball Z Budokai because I just feel like the cartoon was the best cartoon ever in my opinion. People say like Naruto and all that. I say,
Naruto
relax.
is way better than that.
That's-
Sorry, it
that's
is.
tripping, but we gonna say that for another
Yeah, that's
episode.
but I'm gonna agree with Keith on this one.
Yeah, I got time for that one.
Well, it's crazy. So, Keith, what's the best in your opinion? What's the best fighting game ever?
I don't have a favorite
You gotta pick.
because it's.
he a
it's-
cheater in this. He a cheater.
Oh. So let me. Am I cheater in this?
That joint is this game is dope. That game is dope.
Yeah.
Fire, but he's definitely a cheater because
You know
when
why
he
saying
first
that.
got the game, he couldn't beat me. He couldn't beat me at all. My homie would tell you, you lucky my homie not here, because he would have told you, because you said, yo, I gotta go to work and whatever. It was like 5:30, 6 o'clock. He was still up, and he said, you know what, I gotta go to work. You making me late, and he woke up with an attitude.
Okay.
Yep, I remember that. He woke up with an attitude. 'Cause y'all-
Okay.
I don't know, but I see how you push your buttons on the controller. So
Hey man,
Man, he pressed the buttons like
Call it what
this.
you want. Call it what you want. Like I said, you got the other control in your hand. Stop me. But what's the best fighting game? What's the best fighting game, yo?
Right now, I'm
It's got
gonna.
Dragon Ball Z in it too.
I don't know. I would say Jump Force, but I'm not.
I wouldn't be
feeling
mad
the
if you
story.
say Jump. I wouldn't be mad, but they don't have a storyline. though.
The storyline is trash.
Not gonna mention Marvel versus Capcom.
Oh,
Come
shit.
on, man. Like
That's true.
I'm being disrespectful right
Yeah,
now
y'all being-
because that had everybody in there. That had Marvel vs. Capcom had everybody in there, and when my boy got that game, remember they had it on the arcades. When you go to like, because it was an arcade where I was the downtown area. We used to go there, you know, play 50 cent, put it in there and play it. Marvel vs. Capcom. Yep.
You know what?
Damn, I'm being disrespectful right now.
Marvel
People-
versus
if
Capcom.
you can
kept
pull
me out
up
the
on me,
streets.
comment everything. You can pull up. I'm being disrespectful right now.
Honestly, I
Damn,
might
Marvel
have
vs.
to.
Capcom was fire.
I might have to say Street Fighter, and I'm not even
It's
like a
hard.
super Street Fighter head. But I'm probably just going to have to give it to Street Fighter because when you
They
talk to
started it all
anybody,
up, right.
yeah, you talk to anybody about a fighting game, the first thing that comes to mind is Street Fighter. So
Right. They set the blueprint. So he's being there. I was being very disrespectful. I'll say that.
Marvel versus
All
Capcom.
right, so Well, this is more so for Keith or whatever. What's the best shooting game ever? The best shooting game.
You know what I'm gonna say, right?
What?
Well, I have to say Call of Duty, just off the popularity.
No.
Just off the popularity. That's why I'm saying it.
I mean, that's
It
in the
is what
genre.
it is.
I think, like I said, I think GoldenEye had its era, but we're missing a big picture of 2000s, 2002, 2003, where Halo was fucking.
Uh-oh. Look, you got to
destroying.
you gotta take his last call. Yo, Halo was lit.
That
Halo
neat-
was lit.
That needle gun.
Oh, man. Halo
needle
was lit
gun.
as hell.
Halo, Halo had about 5-6 years where nobody was touching them.
Yeah, and that series is still people still love.
And it had a great storyline.
Yeah,
So-
it's ongoing on top of that.
But I
People
still would
love
say
Halo.
GoldenEye is the reason it set the blueprint up, because GoldenEye had a storyline, and then GoldenEye's multiplayer was fire, and it set the blueprint for all these other games. Because on Perfect Dark, and then you said Halo, but Halo was totally different. But as far as still being that shooting game that also had a really dope storyline, implemented a movie. That's what GoldenEye did, implemented a movie into the storyline. I remember traveling. That dude just be breaking. He be running and jumping like, yo, get back here.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling was out. I used to hate him like, yo, stop dipping off. And that nigga Boris was another one with the glasses. When you in the jail and whatever, you had to get him. He used to shoot people under the the stalls. Shoot them in the head. Knock their head off. I remember that, yup. Knock their head off. That was, so I would say GoldenEye, because GoldenEye, they started it all.
That's
In my
fair.
opinion.
That's fair. I would say that's fair.
So the next, all right. So what's another one? What's the best? Cause I would say sports games. Keith's not a big sports head. I can
That's
say,
all I
I'm always gonna say, Madden. This is the best sports game ever out of all sports. Nothing competing with this.
98.
Nah, I wouldn't say 98.
Man.
I wouldn't. Well, that was Mad. 98 was really Mad 64. That was dope. That was fire. That's when the ambulance, when you can injure somebody, they cripple, and then they get the ambulance. And my boy, he said, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah." Well, like we took you out or whatever. Like, yeah. I'm like, yo, that's messed up, man. And they and my boy, he knocked out like five people that ambulance got. I'm like, damn, man.
And it run you over is the best.
Oh man, they used to, yup. But my brother used to cheat because he used to get Mike Allstott. He used to have been running people over. Like, it used to have been hella big, running people over. You couldn't tackle them. They'll just, what's the name? They did a little spin and they'll spin off of that joint. That was dope. Match 64, probably the second. It just, this game, it revolutionized everything. The hit stick, it was, I would say this. You know, people would say NBA 2K, but NBA 2K is definitely dope. And Dreamcast, pretty much, because they created 2K era, because they had 2K with Allen Iverson on there, and then they had football, but it wasn't so popping, and it wasn't so popular. They had 2K for football. I believe but Randy Moss, that wasn't Dreamcast though. That was PlayStation. I believe, when Randy Moss was on the cover of that, and that was pretty good. They had Game Day. Game Day had its moment. Game Day at that one point when they had Marshall Faulk on the cover, they was competing a little bit with Madden, because I was playing Game Day, but when Madden just said, we're gonna start stepping up, because we don't want too many competitors keeping up with us. And then when Michael Vick was on that cover, and then that was really doing. It was like Madden just started going crazy, and then this did it. So I would say this is the best sports game. Well, Keith was playing on Fight Night, so
Yeah, I was fighting for my life on that.
the haymakers or whatever.
Oh man.
Right.
But I think we forgot another important game. Well, semi-important. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
It did change it. It did change the game with playing. I played it.
I
It was like one of
into
the games you pick up for like 15-20 minutes to get your buzz on, do some tricks.
Do some tricks or whatever.
Yeah, it was good. Great game.
Mm-hmm.
He revolutionized the skating genre for games.
Well, yeah, because they still got the skating games and all of that. I would say that. I would say that. All right, so what is the best as far as, you know what? I'll say this. What's the best multiplayer game? Like playing with multiple people. Like playing with, like you in a crib and y'all having this tournament. What is the best multiplayer game? It don't matter what genre. What's the best and the most fun?
It would probably have to be something off the Wii.
You're right.
Because
Throughout the
that's
time, or when you,
It don't matter what time.
I mean, they're saying that Fortnite is killing everybody.
Yeah, I was trying to stay away. Yo, I don't like.
I played Fortnite one time and I didn't like it.
We don't like the Fortnite over
I'm not.
here.
My son
What
loves
is
it. though.
but what's like? Cause it's hard to. I don't even know what's going on.
It's a
What is
battle.
Fortnite?
It's a battle royale.
It's
so
a battle royale game. Skill wise, it doesn't give you any advantages to like your ability. Your character doesn't give you any advantages over anybody else's character. It's all about based on skill.
Wow.
That's why people like it.
So
they
you
got the celebrities playing it and everything.
you drop on the map, and once you get on the map, you got to run around and find weapons or whatever. So you find everything when you drop in.
That's pretty dope. But
I'm not into it. I mean, I need a little bit more action, but I mean, this is a new age.
It's a
But
colorful PUBG. That's all it is.
But do a lot of women play Fortnite? Or
As everybody.
Probably.
I hear my son on it.
because I think Mario Kart is gonna always be the best multiplayer game. Because I feel like everybody plays that. Everybody plays it, and that's a game that can never, everybody can play that. It will never be outdated.
It's a good family game.
100%.
Huh?
100%. But this is the first game. Fortnite and PUBG is the only games that you can have cross-platform.
Right.
Play on my phone. I can play on my PC. You can play on your
Oh,
Xbox.
for real? Wow.
And we all can play the same.
What?
Yeah, you can all go play at the same time.
Jeez, I don't know if you can compete with that.
So that's why it's so
Oh
popular.
yeah, you probably right. I'm gonna be objective with that. I didn't even know you can do that. You can play multiple systems and be able to play the same exact game with everybody. That's amazing.
Welcome to the blockchain.
You know what? I'll give it to Fortnite. So anything else, Keith, that you want to talk about with the gaming world?
The gaming world. I'm gonna leave it alone because honestly, we gonna be here all night.
We got time. I think
we could talk about these damn things all night. There's so many games, there's so many stories to go on.
I just want to ask you guys one question
Right.
each. What is your personal favorite game? No matter what genre is it. Just your personal favorite game. That if you only had one game to play all day, all night, that would be your game. And it's Tenchu? That is your game.
It's gonna always be mad.
Wow,
I can play this forever.
That's
By
interesting.
myself.
I respect both of those games. I like it, but I think mine would be Final Fantasy 7. I can play that every day.
You know what?
Is that?
He got a point. He got a damn good point.
Well,
I give him that.
So, Keith, why would you play Final Fantasy 7? What would make you play that? Like, be your favorite game to play?
Why not? The story is really good. And then on top of that, what you could do to soup your weapons up,
Right.
what you could do with your magic, you could combine different things to make it strong. There's so much you could do in this game.
Yeah.
And then the map is still big considering the time that this came out.
So it was like one of the true first open world games I ever experienced.
Exactly.
That's why I've been lasting so
Exactly.
long. It's a reason that it's they got it for Xbox. The reason why this is my favorite game ever is, it's just, of course it's the franchise mode. You can compete with friends come in the house, and the hit stick and everything, and then it's just so dope. And then if you have NCAA, you can export the players in here. If you have 2005, they stopped with the NCAA. The NCAA was dope. That football game was fire.
And you could transfer your players once you finish your season. You could transfer and draft them until
so I could have a creative player in the football when I had it, because I was doing this. I was playing these games for a long time. I will play NCAA. I'll play freshman all the way to senior.
Exactly.
And then he'll be great, so he'll be in the first round. Then I'll play this game.
Yep.
And then, oh my God, that's
Or your
so
stats will transfer from
Yep.
there. So that, and there'll be
Be the
no
first round pick.
Yeah,
Be a
that's
first round pick.
fire. God.
Freaking fire! I love this game. They don't do it no more. They don't do it no more, but because the NCAA they have the thing that's going on. But that I would say that personally, that is my favorite game. But we gonna wrap it up right now.
On the dotted line, news teller in Deshaun Lyons is ready to give you the business. And you already know